Hello Internet, so nice to see you. How do you learn music theory practically on the guitar? How do you take an idea and you move it on the fretboard and actually make music with that? Well, I'm going to show you a little segment of a lesson I gave to a student. And in this segment, I'm leading the student from a couple of simple ideas to actually making something musical with that. A couple of warnings before we start. First of all, this is a bit longer than the usual video on this channel, so have patience with me, but it takes that time to go through all of it. Second, the beginning of this lesson may look a little bit too basic for some of you, but again, follow it through, because by the end you're going to put those things together, and even if you already know the beginning, you definitely do not know the end, and you want to have the beginning in your mind in a different way than what you normally learn. So follow from the beginning. Last thing, if you follow this with your guitar and try to replicate everything we do is best, because if you don't follow with a guitar, if you just look at this video without having the instrument in your hand and doing it, well, if you do that, you're going to miss probably 70% of the usefulness of this video. So that said, grab your guitar and let's go. The first thing you need to do to start understanding music theory on an instrument, whatever the instrument, but especially for guitar, it's to start building a muscle memory of the basic ideas. Okay? Example. Okay. Most of you know how to play a power chord, right? Okay, you guys know what a power chord is, but just in case, okay, power chord is two notes, a fifth apart, or three notes, one fifth, and then the octave above. You learn this shape, and you move it around. Okay, and then you make your own little song. Okay, and all these kind of things. Okay?
Yes.
So, how do you learn all these? I mean, the idea of the power chord exists on the piano too, but if you were practicing this on the piano, it would be different. Okay? So, you take the idea, power chord, you find how this translates on the guitar, and you practice it. Good. How do we practice it? And again, I'm deliberately taking a very simple idea, okay, so we can see how to practice it. How do you practice? First, you play it. Second, you write something in that, okay? So you just you just write a chord progression or a piece of music using power chords, okay? This doesn't need to be like, okay, let me sit down with pen and paper and do all the mathematical calculation. It could just be, grab your guitar, play this shape, hear how it sounds. When you find something you like, then write it down and try to understand what you did. Okay. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so you start from the sound and from the movement. Okay.
Okay.
For the power chord, it's pretty simple, but there could be, if you want, more advanced application of this. Okay. So, for instance, an interesting exercise to play. You know the pentatonic scale, right?
Oh, sorry?
You know the pentatonic scale?
By shape, yes. Yes.
That's everything I need, okay? Good.
Yes.
What you want to try is to play a power chord on every note of the scale. Make sense?
No, not really.
Very good. Okay. So, play me the pentatonic scale in any shape you know. Yay, we got it. Now, play the first note of this pentatonic scale, just at the lowest note. Very good. On this lowest note, can you play a power chord? Good. Now, play the second note of this pentatonic scale. So we're going up. Good. Exactly, it's here. But now I want you to move your index finger on that note, and now play a power chord there too. Okay?
Yes.
Good. Now, let's build a muscle memory, because The important point is to start with something super easy. So let's build a muscle memory. Play the first power chord and the second power chord. So far so good?
Yes.
Good. Now, what's the next note in the pentatonic scale? Exactly. Can you play a power chord there? Fantastic. So now let's start from the beginning. First power chord, second power chord, third. You guys ever heard this one before? Okay. Where do you think it started? Okay. So anyway. Play it again. Come back. You've heard this one too, right? TNT. I'm not gonna sing like AC/DC, okay? But this is the chorus of TNT by AC/DC. Same three chords in the opposite order, okay? Okay? We can change order. We can go this chord, then this chord, then this chord. Okay, and we try all the possible orders.
Okay.
Okay? The idea here is to build muscle memory and confidence, because one thing is to know here, and a different thing is to know here. And it doesn't matter how simple it is, because all the music we know is built by very simple elements that we can learn physically. Okay?
Yes.
Good. Then, little by little, you go through the whole scale. So now, very slowly, try to go up the scale. Play the next note and play the power chord on that note. Very slow. And there everything changes. This sounds strange, right?
Yes.
Because between string 3 and string 2, the tuning is different. So the power chord is not 2 frets of distance, it's 3 frets of distance. Exactly that. Exactly that. And when you go back, when you go on the next string is 2 again, yes. Come back now. Do the whole thing in reverse. Very good. Okay, now, there are a lot of people among you thinking right now, oh, that's a pentatonic scale with power chords, boring. Okay, let me show you how insanely awesome this is right now, okay? We were playing chords so far. We don't have to play them as chords. We can play one note at a time, no? Rather than playing the chords this way, I'm playing the 2 notes of the chord separately.
Okay.
And then I'm just going on, so. Right? I can use this to improvise. Rather than playing, I'm playing. I'm gonna go and through all the steps here, and just a preview, okay? Make sense?
Yes.
I don't have to play the chords in block. I can arpeggiate them. I'm arpeggiating power chords. It's just 2 notes, but it's still an arpeggio. I'm just playing those 2 notes separately. Make sense?
Yes.
So, I'll take a very simple melody on the pentatonic scale. 2, 3 notes on the pentatonic. Any 3 notes. Okay. I'll play the chords. You You've heard this one too, guys. Okay. Anyway. It's a song by Madonna. I can't remember the title right now. Anyway, you see, when you do this kind of stuff, it's hard because you're gonna stumble on all the songs you already know. Anyway, then you play the chords, then you arpeggiate them. And then you can change the order, you can play one note before then the other, or vice versa. Or... Am I making sense? So what am I doing? All this that I'm doing, I'm just fooling around with this concept.
Yes.
I'm taking a concept, power chord, and taking another concept, pentatonic, I'm making them collide in a sense. And I see where this takes me. Okay? Some days you find something good. Some days you don't find something good. It happens. But the important thing is that you start playing with those concepts and you start seeing how this stuff happens on the fretboard.
Okay.
Okay? And little by little you gain confidence. Okay?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so the idea is to take any concept you learn in music theory, simplify it, to take the very basic, most basic thing, and try to play it and see if you can find something using that concept. You have to build your own exercises here.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can take my courses, but anyway. That's always this thing. In general, it's always a good idea. Every time you learn something, every time you learn something about theory, rather than trying to understand everything intellectually and understand everything around it, all the mathematics, the interval, the stuff, grab a guitar and see if you can play the very first thing about it.
Oh, yes.
Okay? So try to take everything you learn and take it back to the fretboard.
Okay. Yes.
The first few times it's slow, okay? Because the first few times you have to go like, okay, where is the E note? It's here. Where is the B note? It's there, okay? And sometimes you have technical challenges, so you have to take it slow and see if it works. So at the beginning it's slow, okay? It's not you, it's normal, okay?
Okay.
But you try to get a sound. If you keep trying to get a sound from every piece of music theory that you learn, you will learn it with the sound. Okay, you start associating this sound with the concept. And after a while, you'll just know, hey, this sound is a major chord. Hey, this sound is a power chord. Hey. If you like this idea of learning everything directly on the fretboard and making music with that, I totally recommend you guys check out my course, Kømplete Khørd Mastëri. Kømplete Khørd Mastëri, it's not a book. It's a complete video course that takes you from the basics up. We do everything you need to know about harmony and chords on your guitar. All the theory is done straight on the fretboard. There is no theory for the sake of theory here. Everything is immediately practical and everything is developed through exercises so you know how to apply these immediately on your guitar. If you have just a minute, click on the link on the top right to check out Kømplete Khørd Mastëri. If you like this video, smash on that like button and don't forget to subscribe and click on notification, otherwise YouTube will not let you know when I put up a new video. And if you have any comment, feedback, suggestions, write them down in the comment. I enjoy reading from you and I make videos on your suggestions. This is Tommaso Zilio of musictheoryforguitar.com and until next time, enjoy!